Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen. Today we are going to cook this piece of lake trout. I flew up to Howell's Fish in Wiarton and picked up this beautiful piece of wild-caught lake trout.
Oshawa Information Delta. Weather at 1300 Zulu. Wind 020 at 6. Visibility 9er. Ceiling 4600 overcast. Temperature -1. Dew point -4. Altimeter 3020. Approach. RNAV or visual runway 30. Landing and departing runway 30. Inform ATC that you have information Delta.
Oshawa ground, Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform in the main apron with information Delta.
Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, Oshawa ground.
Oshawa ground, Mike Victor uniform on a filed VFR flight plan to Wiarton 3500, requesting taxi to the active.
Mike Victor uniform, runway 30, wind 030 at 5, altimeter 3022. Taxi Alpha, Bravo, cross runway 23. Contact tower 120.1, holding short runway 30.
Alpha, Bravo, cross 23, contact tower holding short 30.
Mike Victor uniform, squawk 5366.
5366, Mike Victor uniform. Oshawa tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor uniform, holding short 30 on Bravo, ready to go.
Mike Victor uniform, tower straight out or right turn, report 5 northwest, wind 030 at 5, from Bravo, clear takeoff runway 30.
Cleared 30, report leaving the zone, Mike Victor uniform.
Sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share of what's mine, and then the harder they come,
Airspeed's live.
then fall one and all. Ooh, the harder they come, harder they fall one and all. Well, the oppressors are trying to keep me down.
Mike Victor uniform, tower change on frequency, good day.
100 frequency, Mike Victor uniform, thank you. Okay, we're all leveled out, we're all trimmed. Everything's set.
So 172, Foxtrot back over now. Approximately 3 to the southeast of Mount Forest, tracking northbound at 4,500 to Wiarton. Foxtrot back over now.
We've got a really nice VFR day. I was tempted to file IFR because I am now instrument rated, and I looked outside and it's like, oh, it's a beautiful day. A little bit of wispy cloud here and there. I just like flying. I like flying. I kind of like the idea of just being able to look out the window and fly where I want to fly and not be controlled. We also run the risk of, in the wintertime, this is I'm filming this sort of mid-late November, and we run a serious risk of icing. And so any contact at the temperatures that we're at now, and so I'm at 3,500 feet and the outside air temperature is -3. There's a little bit of wispy cloud above us. If I was to fly through that cloud for any length of time, I would pick up ice. And that is a no-no in an aircraft like this. So I need to steer clear of clouds in this sort of situation, which severely inhibits my flying at this time of year because we're surrounded, where I am, we're surrounded by the Great Lakes. And with the prevailing winds coming out of the west, it picks up a lot of moisture until the lakes freeze over or at least cool down a little bit more than they are right now. Picks up a lot of moisture and there's a real icing risk for like the next month and a half. Anyway, we're on our way to Wiarton. 1 hour to go to get to Wiarton, and we're gonna meet up with a fishmonger and we're gonna get some fish. We're gonna get some fresh fish and we're gonna get some smoked fish. And then I'm gonna take it back to the kitchen and we're gonna cook something for the cooking show. Bradford area traffic, this is Cessna 172 Foxtrot Mike Victor uniform, currently overhead the town of Bradford at 3,500, traveling northwest to Wiarton. Bradford area traffic. Wiarton traffic, this is Cessna 172 Foxtrot Mike Victor uniform, currently 10 miles southeast of the field, inbound for landing, planning to cross midfield to join the mid-left downwind runway 05. Wheels down in 10 minutes. Wiarton traffic.
Wiarton traffic, Logic 987, taking air, currently in the descent for the VOR TME runway 23, proceed to turn, estimated VOR in 8 minutes.
Wiarton traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform currently 5 miles east of the field, inbound for landing, planning to join, cross midfield to join the mid-left downwind runway 05, wheels down in 4 minutes. Wiarton traffic, Cessna 172, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform overhead the field to join the mid-left downwind runway 05, full stop, Wiarton. Wiarton traffic, Foxtrot Mike Victor Uniform base to final runway 05, full stop, Wiarton.
Wiarton traffic, Cessna 172, Foxtrot Bank of Lima. On the apron, ready to hold short of runway 05 after the traffic in the circuit has touched down.
Mike Victor Uniform short final 05, Wiarton.
Logic 987, King Air, 6,400 in the descent. For the procedure to VOR DME runway 23, planning this approach.
I say forgive them, Lord, they know not what they've done. 'Cause as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share. What's mine? And then the harder they come, the harder they fall. One and all. Ooh, the harder they come, harder they fall. One and all. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Wiarton Airport. I didn't bring the bike today because I thought it might be a little bit snowier. I should have brought the bike to ride into town. So I'm waiting for our ride, who will take us into the fish shop. Wiarton Airport is pretty sleepy. There was one aircraft when I first arrived, and then there was a King Air that came to do the VOR. It's one of the only VORs around. Nav Canada stationed here, and the VOR is still in operation. So we'll wait for our ride and off to the fish shop. Hey, I'm Glen.
I'm James. How you doing?
James, nice to meet you. So Howell's Fish, Wiarton, Ontario.
Here we are.
Excellent. So this is your business?
It is my business. My brother, my sister, and I own the place together.
Okay.
Yeah.
Family,
Yeah, we are our third generation now.
third generation.
Yeah. So actually, our stepfather was the previous owner.
Okay.
And he took the business over from his mother. And
Okay.
she was Mary Howell. She started the business with her husband Lloyd. An interesting story. Lloyd, once upon a time, lost the business, the boat, and the house in a poker game. And
Did he win it back?
no,
Oh.
Mary turfed him out.
Okay.
Talked to the guy that now owned the business, the house, and the boat. Didn't worry about the boat. Got the business and the house back.
Yep.
And went from there.
Interesting family. Interesting family. Okay, so for people that don't know where Wiarton is, Wiarton is at the base of the Bruce Peninsula.
That's correct.
So on one side you've got Georgian Bay, and on the other side you've got Lake Huron.
Yes.
So I assume that you get fish brought in from both sides? One
Yes, we
side?
do.
Okay.
So all of the local fishermen here are First Nations guys.
Okay.
And they are working using the First Nations traditional fishing rights. So in Ontario, there's 5 native fishing zones.
Okay.
There's 2 up on Superior, 1 down on Erie, and 2 here. So it's essentially like Meaford up to about Tobermory and Tobermory back down to somewhere around Kincardine.
Okay.
That's where all my fish is coming from locally.
That's interesting that it's indigenous fishermen bringing you fish.
Yeah.
Can they fish all season? They can fish all year.
Yeah. So there are sometimes some misconceptions about this. So they have traditional rights for sustenance fishing, and they
Okay.
can do as much of that with any species that's in the water.
Yep.
But as far as commercial fishing goes, they still work with the ministry, and they have set quotas that
Okay.
they are allowed to fish in. Now, that said, there's so few commercial fishermen left locally that I have seen quotas closed on one species of fish once in 25 years.
Okay.
It's like they've never filled the quotas.
Okay.
They almost never do.
Okay. And so you get a mix of Great Lakes freshwater fish here.
Yeah, so primarily we sell whitefish and lake trout, which are the big ones.
Okay.
But in recent years, we've been seeing a return to the perch stocks, and we've been seeing a lot of what we locally call yellow pickerel, but which most people will probably know as walleye.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love lake perch.
it's good stuff.
I love lake perch. I really do.
The bad news is I don't have any today.
Okay. I guess I'll make do with lake trout then.
Yeah.
But you also smoke fish here then.
Yes, we do.
And so is that just how do you decide what to smoke?
For the most part, it's what I have available. Smoked fish is probably one of our like most popular products. It brings a lot of people in the door, right? In the summer, at peak season, I am smoking a full load of smoked fish almost every day. So that's like 60 to 80 pounds of fish, which is a lot.
Yeah.
If I have it available. And I just use whatever I have on hand. So I do bring in farmed fish from the East Coast. Because that way, at least I know I'll have something to sell. The thing with wild caught product, of course, is I can never predict when I'm going to have it.
Yep.
They don't call it fishing for nothing.
So you literally don't know what's coming in until it arrives.
No, I don't. Even if the fishermen call me and tell me they've been catching this much, they could end up selling a lot of it on the dock to someone else, right? And they have their own businesses to look after as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. However, to get back to the smoked fish, smoke what I have available, but we do the whitefish, the lake trout, and the salmon typically. If like I'm in real pinch, or if someone really wants something else, I can smoke that as well. But like the other fish aren't necessarily as good for smoking the way we're doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's your favorite wood?
So traditionally we've used maple, but because of some supply line chain issues, we recently switched to apple. And honestly, it's better.
Is it?
Yeah. Like, after doing this for 70 years and just seeing like, this is pretty good. No, apple's better.
Apple's better.
Yeah.
How about that? So I think I want some lake trout.
Yeah, we can do that. For you.
I'll take some of that. What is your favorite way to cook the lake trout?
That's always a good question. I think my favorite way is probably to do like a pan fry. I like it Cajun style myself.
Okay.
It's really good for that. Being a trout, it does have a bit of a stronger flavor than like your milder fish, like the whitefish. Whitefish is more comparable to something like a cod, right? Trout, stronger flavors, I think pair better with other stronger flavors, which is why I like to go Cajun style.
Okay.
And I feel like trout bears like a pan fry best. You can deep fry it. It's pretty fatty to begin with, so that like just adding more fat on fat isn't always the best thing. And it also does like go under the broil or on the barbecue very well. I guess the best way to cook a fish is whatever way you like it.
Well, that's... When I was a child, I grew up on an island. I fished nonstop. I went to university in Thunder Bay, and we fished nonstop because that's what you did in the north.
Yeah.
And then I moved back to Toronto, and I haven't fished in 30 years. And I don't cook fish anymore. And so I'm looking for inspiration to start cooking fish again.
Well, honestly, you're talking to the wrong brother. My brother's the chef.
Okay.
I went to school for literature, but here I am, fishmongering.
And now you're a fishmonger.
Yeah.
And your brother's a chef.
Yes.
Does he have a place in town?
Right here. So we do fish and chips seasonally.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's
This is not the season.
No, it's May to October.
Okay.
Typically, it's like Victoria Day to around Thanksgiving.
I guess I'll have to come back in the summertime.
We'd love to see you.
I will come back. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, so we're looking at $12 for that one today, please, Glenn.
$12. Let's see. No, I'm gonna have to give you a 20.
Oh, no worries. That's 8.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now, figure out how to cook it.
Good luck.
Wiarton traffic, Foxtrot Mike, Victor Uniform, departing runway 23, Wiarton.
I've got a song on my heart, babe. She keeps me grooving, steady grooving. Got a lover on my mind. It keeps me warm, steady warm. There's a fire for the fire, man. If you're in pain, baby, for the doctor.
No traffic in the Alliston area. This is Diamond Star Golf
David,
2
you
Victor
have
with
information,
you. We're
Mike.
currently at 3,500 feet.
Oshawa information, Mike. Weather at 1900,
southeast of Alliston,
wind 2900, at 5,
on route,
wind variable between
north.
240 and tree 50, visibility 9er, sky clear, temperature 6, dew point -5, altimeter tree 022, approach RNAV or visual runway 30. Landing and departing runway 30.
Oshawa Tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform.
Oshawa, Mike Victor Uniform, Oshawa.
Oshawa Tower, Foxtrot, Mike Victor Uniform, Cessna 172, abeam the town of Uxbridge at 5,500, inbound for landing, last departed Edenville.
Oshawa, Mike Victor Uniform, Oshawa Tower, runway 30 and 3006 knots, altimeter 3022, cleared right downwind, runway 30 and report Brooklyn.
Right downwind 30, report Brooklyn, Mike Victor Uniform.
It'll be a right-hand turnout, report clearing 5 miles to the north, clear takeoff, no delay, runway 30.
Takeoff 30, Fox Alpha.
Mike Victor Uniform, traffic Cessna 172, 4 miles to the northwest, northbound, 3,000 feet.
Looking for traffic, Mike Victor Uniform.
Alpha Romeo, Yankee traffic Cessna 172, 6 miles to the northwest, inbound 2,500.
Alpha Romeo, thank you.
Mike Victor Uniform, entering the zone, 2,200, descending.
Mike Victor Uniform, roger, and keep your speed up for now, and number 1, runway 30.
Speed up number 1, Mike Victor Uniform.
Whiskey Lima, Quebec, you'll be number 3, following Aztec traffic in the left downwind.
Number 3, runway 30, Whiskey Lima, Quebec.
Mike Victor Uniform, we'll start base turn number 1.
Number 1, base turn, Mike Victor Uniform.
Map 6, your Cessna 172 traffic is just turn on the right base, runway 30.
Looking for traffic, Map 6.
Map 6, start the base turn number 2.
Number 4, following the Cessna in the downwind, Echo Fox Zulu.
Echo Fox Zulu Tower, clear to land, runway 30.
Was that for Mike Victor Uniform? Cleared 30?
Clear to land, runway 30.
Mike Victor Uniform, cleared 30.
When you tell me I can be there when we love again, when there's a fire, call the fireman. If there is pain, baby, call the doctor. Don't be afraid to say I need you. I will understand. So help me understand. Oh, help me understand you.
Mike Victor Uniform, exit runway 05, contact ground 118,000 before clear the runway.
05, contact ground, clear the runway, Mike Victor Uniform.
Okay, here we go.
Ooh, hey, Glen.
Hey, Jules. Oh, wait. There we go.
There you go. Thank you. Let me help you out there. How was your flight?
It was a good flight. I got some trout.
Oh, I like fish.
And so, of course, you're going to do this at a dinner party, and you're going to put this on a hero platter. And you're going to bring it out to the table and pull it apart, and your guests are going to go,
Ooh.
oh, that smells really good.
Glen, that looks amazing.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, just like that?
Yeah.
Okay.